Hey everybody, I've got some news for you. There's some events coming this weekend, right? We got some new stuff coming up basically by the time you're watching this video. But tomorrow, rather, by the time you watch this video, we're going to also have a new event actually happening in Legend of Mushroom. So we're going to be checking out what that event is going to be about, as well as the rewards, right? So your boy actually got into the content creator team for Legend of Mushroom. And now we have access to some more early access and more premium information before the events actually come out. So we're going to be checking it out just right now. Freeze! Download Legend of Mushroom through Aptoide right now and enjoy bonuses of up to 35%. As you accumulate these bonuses, you'll be able to use them to buy things for you instead of actually using your real money like we are showing right here. All you need to do is go to Google and search for Aptoide, click on the first link that appears and download it. As you download Aptoide, it will install in your device. Once it is installed, go ahead and search for it in your device, and then within it, go ahead and search for Legend of Mushroom. Go ahead and click on Legend of Mushroom within Aptoide and download it and install it in your device. Then head on over to Google Play and search for AppCoins Wallet and download it and open it up. Once you have it installed, here you'll be able to see how much bonus you currently have accumulated, and you will also be able to input my promo code Midway5 to be able to go ahead and earn an extra 5% bonus in Legend of Mushroom when buying stuff. There is a guide down in the description, and the code is also down here on the screen as well as in the description, so go ahead and get it now and start earning more value for your money. So what do we have over here, right? April 16th, that is already today. We have the new update coming into the game, which is going to be bringing a few changes, but there is also going to be the events, which will not start just yet, so you're going to be able, not actually going to be able to see them right now in the game, but yeah, we'll talk about those in a second. What we can instead go ahead and see right now is that they have added a new mount. Is it a mount? Actually, it's a new mount to the Sky Rider Pass shop, right? So we got what looks to be basically a flying drum with a face. Honestly, it looks like a Poro from League of Legends, at least the face does. Anyways, let's check out what it does. Attack speed, energy regen speed, and pal attack speed increased by 4% every 10 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. Okay, that is quite great. Triggers at the start of the battle at 6 stacks or when below 40% HP, stuns all enemies for 1.5 seconds, and reduces the damage resistance by 10% until the battle ends. Now, how do the stacks get higher? It's basically by just passing time, right? Like every 10 seconds, there's going to be 1 stack, I guess. So this actually is probably the newest best mount there is for PvE. And it might even be for PvP as well, because like increasing attack speed, energy regen speed, and well, if you're playing the newer class for the pals having increased attack speed, that is also going to be extremely nice. But that can get all the way up to, what is it, 6x4, 24%? So that is actually quite a big increase. 60 seconds is going to be a long time, so you're not probably going to get there in most scenarios, but it's going to be there for bossing, and it's going to be there for basically every PvP boss there is going to be. And then there's also going to be this stun, which is going to be incredibly nice, because that's always going to be triggering when you get below 40% HP. So that is another barrier of just defensiveness, and also with the damage resistance reduction. So yeah, all in all, I think this is now the best mount there is, at least free to play. So obviously, if you got some Sky Rider passes, go ahead and get it. Otherwise, it's gonna be the time to save them up. I was gonna be getting the Cloud Drifter simply because of the sake that it's so great for simply doing extra damage in PvE. It's the best mount there is for PvE as a free-to-play player. But instead, I'm going to be saving it up and just getting the new mount. Now, something else they have added is the extra levels on the outer ring relics, right? So as you can see over here, it says that the cap of the 6 outer relics is now increased to level 150, which is just going to be allowing you to just put a little bit more of those that currency into the events. Perhaps you're maxing it out already if you're a big, like a massive whale, and you are already reaching the cap. Well, that's going to allow for a little bit more progression on those. Nothing crazy, they're not really going to be changing too much. The spore in the middle is unchanged, so that's going to be the same, a cap of 100, like level 100, that is max. I'm going to be getting there eventually. I think I got a lot of the bigger spores here I need to actually upgraded past couple more threshold levels. But for now, well, that is still remains unchanged at level 100. So let's go ahead and check out the new events, right? We got the event preview over here coming up on this Friday, right? That's going to be starting on the 18th. So it's going to be your usual gacha event. It's going to be the second part to the event we already had where the unicorn was released. And we are going to be able to see some previews of what this is going to be looking like. Of course, we got the gacha over here, and we're going to be checking out the rewards attached to this event as well. So we're going to have a bit of a mini game over here with some tennis playing, whatever that could be. There's, of course, going to be your usual other mini games. In this case, Invisible Maze. It says the magic broom seems to be in the research center. So it's the kind of mini game where you go somewhere in the menus of the game and click on a little sticker that's going to be somewhere. I always kind of like those, and they come with some set of nice rewards. Then we will have another mini game over here with, I love these games. I don't actually know what they're called. I don't know, I played these games when I was a kid, and ever since I kind of didn't ever play them again, but I do quite like this. It's just a little bit of a fun side minigame, and yeah, hopefully getting some good rewards out of that. You'll have your battle pass, which will contain the usual stuff, but we do have the, I think it's the Alpine Fox, or whatever you call this one. Actually, we'll check it out in a moment in-game, what the PAL attached to this battle pass is going to be. And then we also have, whatever this is, collect all the magic items to unlock loads of rewards. And we're going to be getting some free, I don't know, magic lamps out of that, which is going to be pretty damn fine. And I'm assuming these are going to be getting, you're going to be getting those out of doing something else. And then we also have another minigame. So as you can see, there's going to be a lot of minigames. Encounter in the mirror. Select the mirror to unlock. I'm not sure. I'm assuming this is also going to be a little bit of a pay-to-win kind of event. As you can see, there seems to be a back attachment awarded from this, as you can see over here. So you would probably be able to buy the resources you need in order to be able to just keep on going, right? You got the usual flooring, you know, go to next and next and next floor kind of gacha. And then there's just your login rewards, right? So those are like a little bit of a TLDR of all the stuff. I'm sure I missed some of the stuff. There's going to be your usual ranking for who spent the most, or rather who rolled the most on the gacha. And then we're going to be able to see the new artifacts, right? So we got some stuff over here. Artifact, Unchained Staff, which is going to be this one. And we're going to be able to read through what it does. So we have Skills Time Pause. That's kind of the name of it, right? And then for every 25% max HP lost, freezes all enemies and their pals for 2 seconds. So you're going to be able to do that 4 times. I mean, I guess the last time you're going to be dying. The effect ignores control immunity and control duration reduction. So it's straight up just going to go through everything. Didn't we already have this one in the game? It kind of rings a bell. During which they cannot use basic attacks combo, basically anything, and their energy regen speed is going to be halted, including active skills and avian active skills. So they're basically doing nothing. And regen attributes are reduced to 0. So they don't do absolutely anything. The skill triggers up to 3 times, so that's when you go down to 75, 50, and 25%. You cannot heal back up and have it trigger again. Or rather, you could probably do that, but then it's only gonna be capped at 3 times anyways. And then when frozen targets take damage equal, or rather, whenever they're actually frozen, they're gonna be taking damage equal to 25% of their HP at the start of the freeze. Oh my god, what? They're basically gonna be taking down almost, yeah, straight up just 1/4 of their health, guaranteed, because that's gonna be triggering when you lose your HP. So it's like gonna even out the amount of HP both you players have, and then they and their pals and avians will be unfrozen, right? Okay, never mind that. I totally read that completely wrong. It just means that whenever the frozen targets take that much damage, they're gonna be unfrozen. That's just it. I for a second thought it was going to be taking down like 25% of their HP when they get frozen. That was going to be a massive hit, but no. They're just going to be unfrozen. That's like a cap of their HP you can take down before they actually get unfrozen, and then they just go back to normal. But global attack is going to be increased by 10%, and I don't know if we already have this in the game actually. It does ring a bell very, very, very much. So let me just real quick go ahead and do a little bit of scrolling, because I somehow believe I read this somewhere before. But no, we cannot find it over here. We're getting a lot of stuffs in the game from these usual gadgets we're getting now, right? So yeah, I might have read it on the Japanese wiki, but we don't have this one yet in the game. Now then we have the Book of the Universe, which is one of the better actual mounts there's going to be in the game, as far as I know from having read that on the Japanese wiki for the PvE overall ranking tier list of the straight up just all the kinds of artifacts, mounts, and back attachments, and the book is going to be one of the better ones. So let's read through what it does. Skills Past Revisited, that's the name. And then, when casting an active skill, the character has a 15% chance of casting it again, excluding those cast by the past visited, or rather, like, the ones that you casted cannot be recasted, and the Eye of the Raven, so you cannot, like, have a chain effect, and then you're gonna be getting a 10% global defense out of just having this. So this, yeah, really feels a lot like Eye of the Raven. You're gonna be having a chance of just having another skill happen, so you can get, like, double the clone strikes. And yeah, that's pretty much the best thing you could possibly get out of that. Otherwise, you're gonna be probably using this as a mage, most likely. But the idea with this would be doing something like Eye of the Raven. So you have Eye of the Raven as your artifact, and then this as the mount. So you could have like 3 clone strikes, something like that. That is insane, I'm not gonna lie. So that, yeah, like Eye of the Raven would do its own clone, and then this book would do another clone. So you have a total of 3 clones. That is insane for PvE, but in particular, and pretty much also for PvP. I mean, yeah, this just sounds quite nuts. And on top of all of this, we are also going to be getting the live simulator, but that's going to be coming a little bit later at the time where the actual gacha has already ended. So that's going to be happening by like midway through the next week. But yeah, that's going to be just like your regular life simulator event. We've had that plenty of times in the game. You just go ahead and use your the monsters. I think that's the one that I'm thinking about. That's like you use the monsters to defeat you use the bosses to defeat the monsters, rather, instead of actually your own skills. So it reads, here you can match up your skills and pals however you want and battle your way through life. Actually, never mind, I'm thinking about the wrong one. This is the one where you like start with some sort of new character and then you buy your upgrades and then you're gonna be like having a different build just for the event. I don't really like this one too much, but I mean, I guess you can always have a little bit of fun with it and you have some free rewards attached to it. So it's going to be basically it for all the updates. And might as well talk about it. I had a member of a community approach me after I published my last guide just showing the build that I was running at the time, and they gave me some feedback on the build that I was running. They definitely were a little bit more experienced and just had more time put into the game than I do. So yeah, I've done some changes to my build, which I will show in further videos in a bit of just give me a little bit of time until I get some testing done and I can actually, you know, form an opinion of what really this is better than what I'm running. So far, it's definitely much better. I'm already going through the campaign levels like just flying past. So yes, I'll put a video together with all of that once I've had some time to get into that. So yes, if you're looking for much more updated and in-depth kind of build video for archers in particular, of course, that will be coming soon enough. And before we call it off, please go ahead and check out my new channel. I created a new Raid Shadow Legends exclusive YouTube channel. I've partnered with GameLeap and they are basically putting editors at my service as well as they're doing my thumbnails, and I'm just having to record those videos for Raid Shadow Legends. I'm enjoying the game a lot, and if you do enjoy the game and also are using Aptoide, go ahead and check out the channel. It's going to be down there in the description. If you enjoy my Legend of Mushroom content and you want to give Raid Shadow Legends a try, I would definitely love that to go along on that journey with you. And if you just want to be supporting me and you enjoy my content already enough, well, I would also really appreciate it as subscribe over at that channel. We're just at like 22 subscribers at the point of recording this video, so it's straight up pretty new and the videos are not doing too well. So yeah, I would love some care on that channel. But that's it from me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, please go ahead and use Aptoide and use my code, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye. See ya.